Hello everybody and welcome back to the Adventures in Collecting YouTube channel, where we take a closer look at the toys we talk about on the show. And today, turtles. We're gonna talk about turtles. So in just over a week, the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film hits theaters, Mutant Mayhem. But you can't celebrate the new without talking about the old. And NECA is certainly celebrating the Eastman and Laird Mirage days with this new variety of turtles that have become available. Now, I have stuck to my guns and I have stayed in the movie universe so far for my NECA turtle collection. So I have the figures from the first film, I have figures from Secret of the Ooze, I have the coming out of their shells, Comic-Con exclusive sets. Like, I love that Jim Henson design of the turtles. But as I've gotten hyped for the new film and there's been a whole bunch of new turtle products out, I am a huge fan of Donnie specifically. So I was kind of putting in my, in my head together a collection of just kind of grabbing Donatellos from, the various toy makers out there. So I had, grab the Super 7 Ultimates Donnie. I actually, through the Collectors Helping Collectors, #CHC on Twitter, was able to find a Turtles in Time Donnie on the surfboard. And I realized I had this opportunity with this new collection that was available at Target to put together a comic collection of the Turtles, a kind of like a one and done, issue one of the books from 1984, from that Mirage comic, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, and put together kind of the whole issue, right? So we have of course our battle damaged Shredder from the final panels of of issue 1 of that book, including the grenade. We have our foot soldiers, so again in that Mirage style, really cool box art here. Definitely an army builder type figure. You can get multiple of these, switch out the heads and everything. But again, very much so that Mirage Comics style. Love the box too. You can't have the turtles without Splinter, right? So the new Splinter, he's got the Utrom there, but he's got the baby turtles before they mutate. He's got his tea set. So again, though, in that art style of issue 1. Now, I know the turtles in issue 1 themselves had that kind of big head, tiny neck, elongated body. Like, they were that very distinct Eastman and Laird look. These are kind of a modern version of those turtles, more kind of in line with the later IDW stuff, later Mirage stuff headed into IDW. But it's a complete set of the turtles. Unless I wanted to go the route of getting a knockoff product, which I really am not comfortable with. The prices on those original NECA turtles, comic turtles, are absurd, but these are gorgeous. And most importantly, they are all rocking the red bandanas, tons of accessories, tons of alternate hands, weapons, bandana backs, and with that, I kind of now have the first issue of the book, so I can kind of call this like a little encapsulated extension of my collection. But I've rambled on long enough about these figures. Why don't we open these up? Let's get them in the light box and let's take a closer look at NECA's 2023 Target offering of the Mirage comic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtle power. Cowabunga. There you have it. There are a lot of turtle things to talk about, as you saw there in the light box. Let's start off with the actual turtles themselves. So, really, really great detail. Love that they all have kind of various shades of battle damage. Of course, Raph and Leo have significant more amount of battle damage on them than Donnie and Mikey. Just kind of the nature of the beast there. All the turtles do move the same, which is great. What's also really nice is you can change the expressions on these just by swapping heads, you know, if you want. You know, let's see who's got more of a... So, Mikey, of course, has a little bit more of a smile on his face. You know, Donnie's comes kind of just with the straight face. But if you want to switch the grimace or, you know, smile on any of them, you can simply just by popping off the heads. But what's really nice is, and I'll see if I can get this across in camera, on the underside of the head, you can kind of see it there. On the underside of the head, and the inside, there are letters. So D for Donnie, M for Mikey, L for Leo, R for Raph. So that you can get the heads back on the original turtle bodies. Of course, they're able to hold their accessories. They move incredibly straight out of the box. Some really, really great head movement on them. Really, really expressive. Of course, you can change the back of the bandanas. They come with a series of weapons, throwing stars. Even got a bandaged, battle damaged arm. You know, if you wanted to pop an arm off of any of the turtles and give them some battle damage, of course that works best with Raph, right? You get the nice windblown back of the bandana accessories. Just a really full loadout with the turtles. They're great. And one of my gripes always with Michelangelo is that his nunchucks usually end up needing some glue support on them because of the kind of bendy wire. These are just rope. I think this is going to last a lot longer. Of course, you're not going to be able to get these kind of frozen in motion like you can with the movie turtles, but you know, they look, and I think they're going to hold up a whole lot nicer. Every time NECA makes turtles, they come out, you know, better and better. Moving on to Splinter, you know, as you saw in the light box, this figure packs a punch. There's a lot going on here in this very little form factor, lots of movement, bendy wire tail. And he comes loaded with accessories. You know, we've got the Utron, we've got the canister of spilled ooze, we've got a fully articulated Mouser droid, and then you know, the the little learning ninjutsu little Splinter, and then the 4 baby turtles. You know, before they get evolved, you can get them all stuck on the backs of their shells. It's just adorable, folks. It's really, really well done. This version of Shredder, the battle damage Shredder, like I mentioned at the top of the video, this is specifically from the end of issue 1. It's ripped straight from those pages, including his additional accessories. So you get the severely battle damaged head, and of course the grenade that he does not get to use on the turtles. But yeah, so this is very much so an encapsulation of that very, very moment. The one thing I will say about Shredder, the paint, the skin tone paint on the hands, you might need to warm up these pegs. Out of the box, I cannot get any of the posts to move. There's a lot of paint on here. So I would definitely recommend heating these up before you try moving them. The last thing you want to do is pop one of these posts off. That would be tremendously bad. So they're all frozen though, so I would definitely recommend, if you pick this up, to make sure that you heat those up before you try moving them. And then last, but certainly not least, we have the ultimate Mirage Foot Soldier. Love the deco on this. Just the bluish purple and the black lines. It looks like, again, it walked right off of the comic. And like I mentioned up front, and I didn't realize the extent of this until I actually opened the figure and looked at it, but you get a borderline absurd amount of accessories with this figure. So you do get 2 additional heads, like I showed, but you get a soft goods gi or cloak. And then, along with like a couple of weapons that are packed in with him, you saw him holding a katana. You get a thicker blade. You get a gun or a blaster. You get a I don't know what this is called, but a staff with blades on it. And then you get literally an entire back blister that I have not even opened yet. That's just filled with weapons, arrows, quiver, different types of blades and different types of deco, all kinds of hands, a scarf to go around the neck to show that like a hood is down. It is absurd. It's absurd how many weapons you get with this. So if you are army building these foot soldiers, which I assume some will be doing, definitely you have options. you have a considerable amount of options to make these guys differentiate from each other. But again, just awesome. You know, I always thought the design of these was very spooky, you know, with the big red eyes. Yeah, really, really cool. Army builder here for the turtles to beat down on. So, you know, with that, I have my, like I had kind of set out to do, I have my issue 1 of Mirage Comics. Look at the turtles. I think these figures are gorgeous. I think Paul Harding is the one that did the sculpt on the turtles. I think he did a fantastic job on these, on designing these. They really look awesome. I will put the links to these on Target. Right now, that's the only place that they're available. I will put the links to them in the description below. As of the time of recording this video, the only one that was in stock is the foot soldier. But you know, keep checking back. Check your local Targets. You never know. NECA has been really great about understanding the popularity of things and getting new things, restocks back out. So fingers crossed. But these are awesome turtles. Yeah, I can't wait to really like take some pictures and shoot these. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But as always, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that way you don't miss it when we post new videos. While you're liking and subscribing to things, make sure you follow us here at AIC_podcast on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, X, Threads, AIC_podcast. Just follow us everywhere. News, deals, availability, toy photography, anything and everything that we think would help out the community. And then, of course, the podcast. So Adventures in Collecting, you can find us wherever you find podcasts. Simply search for Adventures in Collecting or hit that link in the description below, which will take you to our website, and you can find links to all of the things that I just mentioned. And as always, I'll say it with my favorite turtle, the best turtle, Donnie. Until next time, guys.